All right, good evening, everyone. We are welcome to the day four of how you can run successful ad on Facebook or Meta platform. So, previously, we have been talking about discussing so many things about ad, but in our last class, we practicalized how we are able to run a successful ad both on the mobile version and also on the web. And we also talked about how to run ad using the ad manager on app and also using the ad manager on the web base. We talked about how we can be able to set our budget, how we can build our audience, how we can actually build our ad. We talked about what is primary text. We talked about the awareness. We talked about the headline, the call to action, and we talked about the media, which is our flyer, the video we are using for advert. We talked about a lot of things as of yesterday, and we practicalized most of them using the two version of Ad Manager, which is the mobile app and also the web base. So today we are going to look at some frequent asked question, which is FAQ of Ad Manager. So we're going to look at the frequent asked questions. So number one question people normally ask is, what's the difference between Meta Ad Manager and Meta Business Manager? So I actually stated something there to explain this. Now, the Meta Ad Manager is used to create and manage your ad campaign. The Meta Ad Manager, it is used to create and manage your ad campaigns. It offers tools to create, edit your ad, report, and ad campaign performance, which we saw based on our previous classes. I showed you the reason when we are talking about the reason why you need to, when we're talking about the reason why you need to advertise on Facebook. I told you that Facebook has what we call reports to know exactly how many people visited, how much you have been spending per action, per result, what's the amount you're spending. So Meta Ad Manager helps you to document all those things, which include the report, the performance of your ad, the creation, and also to edit your ad at any time. That is what Meta Ad Manager is. But Meta Business Manager, on the other hand, is for managing broader business operations. Now, for example, this Meta Business Manager, what it focus on is all about your business. Like for example, your Facebook page, your ad account, to create more ad accounts, to delete an ad account, or to disable an ad account. These are the only things you do on the Meta Business Manager, which I believe I showed you people previously when we are talking. That should be in our day two. That should be in our day two. Yeah, in our day two, when I open Business Manager and I was talking about how you can create more ad, how you can request for ad access, ad account access, sorry, and also how you can do other things on your business manager. So the two different things there. The difference between the ad manager and also business manager is that ad manager focus on anything that concerns ad, starting from the campaign, starting from the ad itself, starting from the audience, starting from editing and reporting of your ads, performance of your ad is all on ad manager. But when it comes to Meta Business Manager, it focus on your pages. Okay, focus on your pages and some other tools that will make your that will make your page to gain more insight or gain more popularity, or some tools you can use to actually make your business page worth it. Okay, so another question people normally ask is, how do I use Facebook ad manager step by step? Now, this is how you use your Facebook ad manager. First, you log into your ad manager account. Where is our ad manager account? I shared the link earlier, which is at, let me bring out the screen. So I shared the link earlier. I say you should go to www dot ad ads, that's adsmanager.facebook.com. Once you click on it, it will direct you to where to log in if you have not logged in before. This is the address here, adsmanager.facebook.com. It will redirect you to your ad manager account and ask you to log in your Facebook account if you have not logged in before. It will ask you, but if you have logged in before, automatically it will bring out the default. It will first of all bring out your default ad account, which is your individual ad account. But if you have a business ad account, you click over here, over this place here, to see other ad accounts. So that's how you can log in into your ad account. Now the next question we have here is trying to move to that screen. Now the next question we have here is Facebook Ad Manager free? That's the question people normally ask. Is Facebook Ad Manager free? Yes, it is free to use. Facebook Ad Manager is totally free to use. You are only charged for the ads themselves. So we saw it before. We fund our account. If it is 5,000 naira we want to fund, 5,000 naira will be inside the ad manager account. You will also see it there. So the only thing they charge you is your ad. As far as your ad is performing, they will keep deducting the money or taking the money from your card. That's the only thing you paid for. You don't pay for the ad manager account. You only paid for the ad that you are using ad manager to advertise. That's the only thing you pay for. Okay, but based on a budget you set, like they say, based on a budget you set, that's the money they will be deducting. And we have looked into yesterday. We saw how we can set our daily and lifetime budgets of an ad. Okay, now it also have different billing method, which I've already explained. That if you are using a prepaid account, it will be deducting from the money you have already put into your account. But if you are using a postpaid account, then you need a card, so that after your ad, Facebook will deduct it from there. Okay, so that is it. Now let's move to the next thing. Now the difference. What are the difference between running ads directly on a post and running creative ad on Meta Ad Manager? These are the questions people normally ask. Now, all businesses should decide on their unique advertising goal before they start advertising on Facebook, Instagram, or any other Meta technology. So now, before you decide to run ads, you will make your decision, know what you want exactly. The truth is that most of the features you need, which I've said before, if you go to ad manager gives you the creativity to be creative during your ad. It also gives you, explore you to more features, such that you can even from ad manager do a direct ad that you're supposed to do on your page. You pick, that's when we used what they call it again, that's when we used that's a post that you have already posted. Okay, we use an existing post. That's when we use an existing post to boost or to do our ad. So as the ad is running, that existing post is gaining popularity. Okay, but when we talk about boosting a post, we are only talking about going directly to that post to boost or to advertise that post only. Now, what are the two different things between direct and running your ad on ad manager? The different things there is that, one, creative ad manager account or ad manager portal gives you more room to more features. It gives you more room to be creative in your ad. It gives you more room to choose where you are going to place all this ad. But when it comes to direct boosting of posts, what you are going to be limited to is only engagement. Now let's go into practical so that we can see this. First of all, I have to go to my ad manager section part. Now if I go to ad manager section part here, if I click on create, that I want to create an ad, if I click on this create, automatically it gives me room for awareness, it gives me room for traffic, it gives me room for engagement, it gives me room for leads, it gives me room for app promotion, it gives me room for sales. So I can decide to choose any of these features. Okay, now not just choosing any of these features. When I choose any of these features, I still have more features under each of these ones, which we did yesterday, on how we can decide how our audience will be, where we want to place it, how the message is going to be, and etc. Okay, so that's one thing about the creating an ad on ad manager. Okay, but if we use boosting an ad directly, let me show you what boosting an ad directly simply means. Let me switch to our Facebook account. So now if I switch over here right now and I go to a page I manage, let me go to Thrice ad page so that Thrice ad page will load. So I'm switching to Thrice ad page because I want to boost a post. Now let me go to my profile. If I go to my profile or my timeline or my wall, whatsoever one you call it. So if I scroll down here, we will be seeing advertise. Are you seeing advertise? On Instagram, you'll be seeing boost. But on Facebook, you'll be seeing advertise. Before you will see boost, but they just change it to advertise right now on Facebook. Now, for example, if I want to, this is what they mean by boosting directly from the post. You don't want to go to the ad manager, right? Now, if you click on this advertise, you will see the features that are limited here. Now, the only features we can use once we click on that advertise is only for engagement. Is only for engagement. That's the only features we are what's it called? We are limited to. All right, just for engagement. You can see boost post here. Okay, so now you can see the ad preview, and the only thing we are limited to is just to create engagement on this post. So the only advert that is going to run here once we are boosting it is just for engagement, either for likes, either for comment, either for shares. That's the only thing we do. So how can we do that? Now, this is the goal I want to achieve. I will click here and decide what I want to get from here. I can decide that I want to get leads. I can decide that I want to get website visitors. I can decide that I want to get more calls. I can decide that I want to get more messages. I can decide that I want to get more engagement. Okay. Now, if you watch over here, you'll find out that there is some features that we have. There is some features that we have on our Meta Ad Manager that are not here. Most of them are similar. Remember that the first time when we started yesterday, I told you that you can also use other objective to achieve what you can also use one objective to achieve what any other objective can be able to achieve, which is very, very possible. So this is exactly what happens here. Now, if I choose engagement, I want to get more engagement. That is, I want to show my ad to people where are likely to react, comment, and share. But this lead is that I want to use a form to collect contact information from a potential customer. Now, if I select engagement and click on save, it will automatically come to engagement, which means what this ad will run is that it's going to look for the possible people that are willing to like and comment and share on this particular ad that I'm presenting right now, right? So now over here, I can choose to change the button, the call to action. Remember, we have call to action, which we talked about yesterday. I can decide to change it to learn more. Okay, I can decide to change it to learn more. I can also decide to change it back to maybe sign up. Okay, I can decide to change it back to sign up. Now I can also decide to choose my audience here. Okay, so you can see this audience right now. We are on advanced audience. I can decide to choose my audience by clicking on this edit. So if I click on this edit, I'll come over to this place and choose maybe Lagos. I'll choose Abuja, just what we chose yesterday. I will choose Port Harcourt. Now these three states, I've chosen these three states, and these are the states that I want to use here. Now look at that, our detailed ad here, our detailed targeting. We can select from here. We can select from this detailed targeting to check for interest. Remember, interest that we choose yesterday was advertising, right? Now we can choose marketing as advertising. Then we'll have what they call suggestion here, which is browse. You can as well browse here. So if you browse over here, go to interest. Now you can decide to search category by category. Okay, so category by category, maybe under advertising, under this, you can decide to search for categories by category. Now, but if you watch in our previous video, when we typed something like advertising, automatically we found what we call intro and suggestion, right? We found what they call suggestion, which is more easier for us. Let's redo this again. We select advertising. Now there is nothing like suggestion here, but at ad manager we can see suggestions. There is a lot of suggestions that we can see that is related to what we are doing. Understand? That is related to what we searched earlier. It will be more easier for us to navigate between all those things and select what we want and move on. Okay, but that doesn't mean that this doesn't work. So many people are also using this also to advertise for easy advertising. So many people are also using this particular one to also advertise. Now we can decide to choose social media as online media. You can see as the interests are entering here one after the other. So once we are done with this, we can now navigate out and choose maybe the age range we want is 20, 23 to maybe 50. Okay, so we can decide to say male only or female only or all gender. Anyone we choose we want to, we can decide to select that. Now if we want to save this audience, we click on this save. That is, if we are done doing what we are doing, we can see our estimated audience here is 5.3 million to 6 point something million. So we'll click on save. Once you click on save, automatically it is here. You can see people that match interest, advertising, and social media. These are the people here. Okay, now these are other suggestions. These are suggestions that I have already created, and these are audience I have already created and saved. So if I want to save this particular audience, I can still save it with a separate name, so that tomorrow or any other time I want to run ad, I will not start searching again from the beginning. I will just select this audience just like the ones that are here. Okay, but if you want to do that, you don't need to edit here. What you have to do is to create new. Once you create new, you fill up all those details and you type your audience name here. Once you type in your audience name here and click on save, once you click on save, it will now display. It will display just like these ones are. Okay, so let's just try testing audience so that you see what I mean. Testing odd. So 18 to 50 is our age range that we want. Now we want Port Harcourt. We want Lagos. And we want Abuja, for example. All right, so these are them. Now targeted audience, we want advertising. Now we want social. Social media. All right, social media online. So over here now, the gender we want is all, and we still have our 6 point something to 7 point something. So remember that I saved this audience as testing odd, right? Now let me click on save. If I save it now, you will see what we display. What we display here, you can see the one that is selected is testing odd. You can see it's testing odd. That's the one that was selected. So maybe now tomorrow I want to run another ad. I can go to here and say people who follow your profile and people who similar to them. I can select this. Understand? These are the only people I want my ad to show to. I can decide to select this. I can decide to select any of these ones. But I can come back and say, okay, I'm promoting this thing I'm promoting now is for Port Harcourt church promotion. That is, I want only people in Port Harcourt, because this is the audience I saved earlier. I can decide to choose this, just like the one we saved the new one we just saved now. So I can decide to say, okay, testing. This is the people I want them to see my ad. These are the people, the audience I'm looking for. I'll decide and select over there. Okay. Now, if you see here, we have talked about this goal, which we changed from engagement to, sorry, we changed it from automatic to engagement, right? Now, another thing you have to know now as a beginner, maybe you don't know your target audience. Maybe you don't know which one to choose. You don't know if you want more calls. You don't know if you want more traffic to your website. You don't know if you need more lead. If you don't know exactly the goal of your ad, which you are supposed to, but just in case you don't actually know, maybe your ad is open to anything, then you can choose automatic. Now, choosing automatic means you are telling Facebook you are letting Facebook to select the most relevant goal. So Facebook will start displaying your ad to many people and know the best one that has a return, and know the best one that is suitable for people. Understand that the one people are actually, that is the one that is getting result for you. Then Facebook will focus on that aspect and be sending your ad to only those specific people and not random people. But you can still specify, say what you need, what you actually need for this particular um, advert is just for engagement. Then you select engagement, which means you need, if it is a video you are promoting, you need more views. If it is a normal post you are promoting, you don't just need only more views, you need more shares, you need more comment, you need more like. Let me bet you most of these posts you are seeing on the internet or on Facebook or Instagram that has a lot of views, a lot of engagement, a lot of comment, some of them are being advertised. Some, I didn't say all, I didn't categorize it all. Most are being advertised. And you will be seeing it as normal posts, but they are boosting it because only the admin of that page can know the ad that is being boosted, unless you that is viewing it, maybe when you are viewing it, you saw it as a sponsored post, which I showed you yesterday. That's the only time you can know that, okay, this post is being boosted. Okay. Now, we are still in the difference between advertising on ad manager and also advertising directly, right? So now we choose this engagement. Now over here, you can choose your audience just as we have done. Now over here, now you can choose how many days you want this ad to run, how many days you want it to run. Remember that in our ad manager, we don't need to specify how many days we want it to run. Okay. In our ad manager, we don't need to specify that. Now, if you say, okay, we want it to continue running, if you choose 7 days here, automatically this is the end date. But in ad manager, you can decide to say continue running till I stop you. Okay. Now let me say, okay, I want to remove this. I don't want to put any number here. It's not going to allow me to put any number. Are you seeing it? Increase the duration. It's not going to allow me. Even 0, I can't put 0. The minimum is 1. So in ad manager, I don't need to put an end date. Okay. So, but in this place, an end date is needed. Okay. So now another thing again we have to know here is that in ad manager, we can be creative enough to upload what we want, to design as we want, to choose where we want, to do anything we want all by ourselves. Okay. Now over here, you can choose which platform that you want this ad to run on, but the platform is limited. Okay. You can choose which platform you want it to run on, but on ad manager we have a lot. Like this particular one now, you can just choose you want it to run on Facebook, and you don't want it to run on Instagram. But remember that when we are on ad manager, let me go back to ad manager, if that will allow me. Let me go back to ad manager. Let me show you something. Presentation, ad manager. Now if I go back to ad manager and decide to select this and decide to select maybe engagement, let me just go with that. Let me go with manual, for example. Now if I go down to my ad set, if I go down to my ad set and scroll down here. So if we go to placement, this is placement. Now if I click on edit placement, if I click on manual placement, if I decide to say, okay, I want my ad to show only on Facebook, it still gives me more option to decide which side of the Facebook did I want. I can say I don't want my ad to show on Facebook search results. I just want it to show on InStream. So what is InStream? In case you don't know, InStream is, there are some videos you'll be watching on Facebook. Before the video will start, it will play a little ad. At the middle of the video, or if the video play a little, it will show another ad. At the end of the video, it will play another ad. So that is InStream. If I want it to show there, I will check that I want it to show on InStream. If I don't want it to show on Story, or I want it to show on Story, I will click on Story and read that I want it to show. But if you go back to our direct posting, it only gives you privilege to just choose a platform without extending or without narrowing it down to exactly what you want. For example, here now I can just choose only Facebook, and I cannot narrow it down to which part of the Facebook that I want my ad to show. Okay, so boosting an ad directly is limited, but it doesn't have any kind of side effect that will make it not to run successfully. No, most of the time. In fact, I started boosting my ad this way before I study more about ad manager. This is how I've been boosting my ad most of the time. I boost, so it doesn't have any side effect, but there is so many features on ad manager that you want to probably use. Okay, now like I said, this is a beginners class. There are so many features on ad manager which might not come into this beginners class, because this is just like an ad account, Facebook ad beginners class, which there are so many other features that are inclusive, which I might not bring in here to avoid confusion. Okay, now if I'm actually teaching or talking about advanced classes in ad manager, there is some features that you can even track. You can track a working customer. Like, you have a shop, a customer came in to buy something, you can still track that customer. You can track that customer on Facebook. Understand? Because once the person comes in to buy something, definitely the person dropped his phone number or dropped his email address, right, and dropped his name. You can easily track the person with your ad. So those ones are for advanced classes. That's why people are still advertising 100% on the ad manager, because there's so many features over there that is not here. So this particular one here is limited. Boosting your ad directly, you can use this. There is no issue with that. But being creative enough, using the full features of Facebook adverts or Facebook advertising tools, then ad manager is the best place for you. But for now, based on what the practical we did yesterday and the one we are doing today over here, you can start with this. Okay, you can start with this, practice it, and from there you can advance yourself. Okay, so these are the ways you can do your ad over here. Just select your audience as usual, then put your number of days you want your ad to run. Facebook suggests that the minimum of number of days should be 4 for better results, but me, I always suggest 7 for more better results. So now you can put the amount you want over here. This amount over here you are seeing here is a lifetime amount. It's a lifetime budget. So you're spending 72,100 and something naira for this particular ad. But if you don't want to spend such, you want to bring it down, you can as well narrow your cost. Okay, but if you narrow your cost, which means you need to narrow your days of adverts too. Okay, you need to narrow it down as well too. So that just, you can just play along with this anyhow you want it to be. So people will bring their own to like maybe 5,000. They want to spend 6,000 for 4 days. Okay, so they can go with that if they want. Now we can choose our platform, or you just switch to automated, which is recommended. Just switch to automated so that Facebook will decide on the best platform where your ad is going to be placed on. And that's what I would suggest for any beginner. Just choose advanced plus placement, which is automated. Let Facebook decide on where he is going to place your ad for you. Okay, so now over here, payment method. How am I paying? Remember I told you something, that the ad account I'm using right now is postpaid, so I will need to add my card before this ad will go. But if everything is well set up, based on the boosting of ad, the next thing you're going to do is just to click on publish. So once you click on publish, automatically this ad will be published and it will be on review. Now look at the estimator. I forgot to show you this. Based on the amount we have here, we are estimating 709 to 2,000 accounts to reach per day. So per day, you will be getting almost up to 2,000 accounts per day. That's what you'll be getting, 2,000 accounts per day. Okay. So now that is it. Once you click on this publish, your ad will be published and it will be on review for Facebook to approve it. So what led us to this place? What led us to this place is when we were talking about differences between publishing an ad directly and using it on Meta Manager, which is Ad Manager. So we have seen the differences, right? So it all depends on you, how creative you want your ad to be. You don't actually need to decide and say you want to do boosting or you want to go to the Ad Manager. It all lies on you. It all depends on you, the creativity you want. There is something I normally drop down here. I normally say this: if your aim is just to have more views, more comments, more like, more shares on your already posted ad, then boost it directly. Boost it directly. But if your aim is to be more creative, to track people that engaged with your ad, to track people that followed your ad to your website, to track them, to be able to project another ad to those people, to track the action, what they perform, what they did. If your creativity is wide enough in terms of advertising, then move your advertising strategy to Ad Manager because it has more features than boosting it direct. Okay, so that's it on differences between boosting ad and also advertising on the Ad Manager, which I have already explained here. You can see that even on my write up, it is well written that you choose different ad placements on your own as you want. So there are a lot of write-ups here. You can specify an objective that you want as well. You can maintain your creative control, which I explained earlier. You can use advanced targeting capabilities. Okay, you can use advanced targeting capability, which I told you that you can track someone that walk into your shop and left your shop physically. You can track the person and display your ad to the person, which is for advanced classes. Then now you can also use meta ads, and also you can also use boosting posts to do anything you want to do. It doesn't make us any difference. That doesn't mean that if you boost directly that you're going to have a low people, or if you do not boost directly you're going to have a high people. It all depends on your creativity and it all depends on your goal, what you actually want. So that's just what it is. So now I don't know if you have any question regarding what we just did now, so that we can fastly go into setting up our Instagram account to entice our audience and sell very well. Do we have any question? If you have any question, please use the chat box. If you don't have questions, see indicate that you don't have questions so that I'll proceed. Are we there? What duration does it take for review? Review does not take, it take sometimes it depends on the queue. It does not take hours, maximum of sometimes, even though once you have posted, once you have published it, they will even show you there. They will tell you that they will tell you that your ad is on review. It can take up to an hour, and sometimes it can take up to 48 hours. So maximum is 48 hours. So if they have not approved your ad in 24 hours, you shouldn't be afraid. Just allow it. It's after 48 hours they do not approve it. That's when you can like re-edit your ad and republish it again. Okay, so minimum is 1 hour, maximum is 48 hours. That's just what I usually tell people. So do you have any other question regarding that? I'm trying to understand what you mean, sir. Is boost deal okay? Is boost ideal for business people? Yes, like I said now, it all depends on your goal. You understand? Since I start to understand ad manager very very well, I don't boost ad anymore straight. I don't boost ad anymore straight. But I started with that, and it doesn't have any effect. It all depends on what you want to do. Like I said, I dropped something earlier. I said if your goal is just to have more views on your video, and your goal is just to have more likes, more comments, which you know that you can still do it on the ad manager. Remember, we have done an ad that has existing posts, right? You can still do it on your ad manager. But if you just want to do that, instead of you going back to ad manager, taking the process, this and this, you can as well run it directly on direct post. It doesn't still has any issue. It's not an issue at all. Okay. It's not an issue at all. You can still run your ads from there. So is it an idea for business people? Yes and no, because I don't know your goal for the ad you are running. So if your goal ad is just what I said earlier, then boost directly. But if your goal ad is to be creative, there is some ad you will see. There is some ad you normally see. When you click on their page, you go to their page and be looking for that particular video or that particular post they are using for ad. You will not see it because they use creative ad manager to do that. Understand? They did not use their existing post to boost the post. Understand? So it all depends on you. So business people can still boost their post directly. Um, they can also use the creative ad manager. I've done that already. I did that also. Okay. I did that also. There is sometimes that I will post directly on my page. I'll go to my creative ad manager and use existing posts and boost. Sometimes I might not boost. You will not see the ones, my ad will be running, but you will not see it on my page. It will just be on the creative manager. Okay, now another thing now that I want you to know. Look at another thing why people normally go to creative manager. Maybe I forgot to say this, but let me just say it out now. Why some people normally love to go to ad manager is that it still lies back to your creativity. There are some videos you will see, they will be talking about an ad. So once they are talking about an ad, at the end of ad they will tell you that if you want to know more, click on the learn button below, or if you want to know more, click on the sign up button below, or if you want to know more, click on message below. So these are ads they have prepared for themselves to talk about those things. So if such video, if you post it on your page or you just post it on your wall, remember that if you're posting it on your wall, there is nothing like button that will be there. You can't add button during posting. Remember, you can't add button during posting. So that's where the creativeness comes in now. Those kind ad, you just move it to creative ad manager, generate it there, do what you want to do there, and publish the ad. Okay. So I hope I answered your question properly. All right. All right. I hope you can see my screen right now. Can you see my screen? All right. So now we want to see how we can set up our Instagram account. First of all, I will show you what I mean by setting up your Instagram account to entice people. Now, if you watch over here, let me switch to my account. So if I switch to this Trice ads account, you can see these things that are showing here. This thing that I'm shaking right now, these things that are showing here. Actually, this particular one, I've not designed it the way I want it to be. Okay, so I'm going to redesign this particular things here. But if you watch my description here, you see that I have my name as Trice Ad, and I selected a category called advertising slash marketing, and I have a write-up that talks about my business, developing robust and impactful marketing and advertising strategies for our value partner with experience Facebook, Instagram, Google Ad, and more. So this thing have already explained what my page is all about. Okay, so arranging your Instagram account or your Facebook page account this way is a very good idea. It's a very good thing to do. Okay, because once someone batch into your profile when you are advertising and someone saw your post or your ad on Instagram and click on your profile, and the person is seeing something else or seeing your profile as one kind stuff that is not meaningful, either the person will tag you a scammer or tag you something else. But once the person comes to your profile and sees that your profile looks so good and legit, then the person will love to buy from you. Okay, now this is how the profile looks like. You can see that these things I'm shaking here, you can see under it, I put tips, I put review, I put our services, I put about us. So if you click on each of them, they're going to show you something like this about us, which I've not added. So it's supposed to be showing me everything about me here. Okay. So the same thing goes to our services. If I click on our services, the same thing supposed to be showing instantly. The same thing goes to even the reviews. All the reviews I've been getting are supposed to be uploading it here instantly, so that once someone clicks on review, he will be seeing all the reviews our customers have been talking about us. Okay, so now how can we do this? First, let's talk about how you can arrange your account to be like this. So what you have to do is just to click on this edit. If you click on this edit profile, then you can see where they say name, you put your name, username, you put your username here. Then over this place, this bio is where I wrote all those things you are seeing. I wrote it here. We have limit of 150 characters. So this is where you put everything about your bio. After that, you click on this check button at the top here to save it. So now it has been saved. Now, if I scroll down here, I'm going to see public business information over here. Okay, public business information over here, because I linked my Instagram account with my Facebook account. So how can you do that? It is very, very simple. Now, how to link your Facebook account, your Facebook page with your Instagram account, I'm going to show you that later. But first, this is what we want to see. We want to see how we can write this bio, and these are where you can do that. Okay, so if I go back now, you can see that this is the bio I'm talking about over here. Now, how can we add these links we are seeing here? If I click on these links, you can see I have about 3 links. One is my official website, the other one is my Facebook page, then the other one is a music I'm advertising and advertising this music for someone. Okay, so how can we do that? We'll still click on our edit profile. To click on our edit profile, we scroll down, we're going to see link here. You can see link over here that has 3. So I click on the link. If I click on the link, these are the links. As you can see here, these are the links. So if I want to add a Facebook profile, I'll click on add Facebook profile. So they are going to ask me, they are going to automatically load my account. Are you seeing it? For me to add, I'll just click on add profile if I want to add my profile, but I don't want to add my profile because this is a business Instagram account, so I don't want to do that. What I have to do is just to cancel it. Now, here they said Facebook page. This is an external page, external link, just like the way you are seeing at the top here. So that's how I link this Facebook page. So if I click on it that I want to edit it right now, okay, sorry, this is our Facebook page, which is the same thing because I've already added it already, so that's why it's showing here. But if you want to add an external link, these two up here are external link. So if I click on this add external link, they are going to ask me for the title. I might say testing, for example. Let me say testing. Okay, so here I will now paste the link I want people to visit each time they click on it. So I can just type any link I want and click on this button here, but they're not going to allow me to save it because this link is invalid. This is not a link. But if I put .com, for example, they might allow me. Okay, so they are seeing this thing as a link. You can see this link here called texting. You can see texting here with the link I choose. I can click on it and remove it if I want. Now, if I don't want this link to show this way, I want to rearrange it. I want my Facebook page to show first before any other one. I have to click on these three dots at the top here. If I click on it, I will see reorder link. I'll click on reorder link. Then I can now drag them up and down. I'll click and drag. Anywhere I want to position it, I will position it and save it. Okay. Anywhere I want to position it, I'll position it and save it. I will now click on this place to save. So once I've saved it, this is how it's going to be. Before, this Facebook page was down, but I've dragged it up. So if I go back to my profile, here. If I click here, you can see that the page is the first, while the other ones comes all together. So this is how you can position and set up your Instagram profile to look unique for people that are coming in. Okay. So now, how can we do these things here? It is very, very easy. First of all, you upload what we call story. Okay, you upload what we call story. Now, if you click on this button here, as if you want to upload something on Instagram, if you click on the button, so this is showing us that you want to upload something on Instagram, right? Now, you go to story, you click on story. Instead of post, you click on story. Now, if you click on story, you add it up. Okay. First of all, let me add this funny video on my story. I've selected it already. Then I'll now click on story, showing that I want to add it on my story. So the video is now on my story here. You can see something here showing red over here. So the video is now on my story. Okay. So now if I click on it to view it, I will see the video, but it's still posting. So let me allow it to post. After it's done posting, it will show. So look at it. Look at the video. Okay. So, but it's still posting for now. The video is still posting. So once it's done posting, I'll show you what you will do. Okay. So that it will be among those ones that will be there. So I can still go to my profile. I think it has posted already. So if I go to my profile over here, I can still click on that story, which is my logo, my profile icon here, my profile pictures here. If I click on it, I will view the story. So now it is done posting now, as you can see. So what am I going to do? Look at this place down there, down here, down here. You can see where they say highlights. Down here, you can see where they say highlight. So if I click on that highlight here, they are going to ask me where did I want to put the highlights. I can decide to put it on tip. I can decide to put it on review. I can decide to put it on our services. But I know during your own time, you might not see all these options. So what are you going to do? The only options you are going to see is new. So you just click on new. Once you click on new, then they're going to ask you to write. I might say funny, because the videos that will be there will only be funny videos. All right. So funny videos will be the only videos that will be there. I'll just put it funny videos and I'll click on add. So once I click on add, it has already been added. Now let me go back to my profile. Let me reload this page. So if I reload this page right now, it's reloading. If I reload this page right now, you can see it here. You can see funny videos here, right? You can see other ones that are here before. Look at funny videos. It's here, right? So these are the way you are going to put all these things on your platform. Remember, this is just an example. So it's not meant for you to design a catchy something and put there. Now, under these funny videos, now maybe I want to edit what will cover this, just like the way my logo covers this. I can still edit it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click on this funny video. Then I'll click on more. You can see more here. If I click on more, look at more here. Click on more. Then I'll click on edit highlight. So if I click on edit highlight, they are going to show me to edit the cover. I should edit the cover. I can click on edit cover. Once I click on edit cover, I choose where I want to get the image from. I can choose this image here. Then I can decide to choose to take this image and use it as cover. I'll click on next. So if I click on next, automatically that's the cover. If I click on done, the cover has changed. I'll click on done again. So if you watch it, you see that the cover has changed, right? The cover has changed. So it's now meant for you to design a catchy stuff that represents whatsoever you want to use as an eye highlight. Like for example, under my own that I have tips, I will design something that has to deal with tips and use it as my cover. Design something that has to do with review and use it as my cover. Design something that has to do with our services and use it as my cover. Then once someone clicks on our services, he will be seeing everything we offer. He will be seeing every damn thing we offer. The same thing goes to any other thing over here. So this highlight, I can decide to delete it because I just use it for example. So I'm going to remove from highlight. I'm removing it already there. So I can do all those things later because of our time. So these are the ways you can be able to project. These are the ways you can be able to project your Instagram account to look enticing for people. Understand? To look enticing for people to come and patronize you, because once they are seeing your ad and they came into your profile and you are not offering the same thing you are advertising, or there is nothing related to what you are advertising, then totally it is a red flag for you, because they are not going to patronize you and they're not even going to hit the follow button to follow you for anything. Okay, so whatsoever you are doing should represent what you are doing. That's just what it is. Based on any social network, in all social network, it should represent exactly what you are doing. Okay, so I don't know if we got this. Do we get this? Did we get this, please? All right. Did we get this? Okay. All right. So, guys, tomorrow we will look into how we can create a WhatsApp link, and also we'll talk about why your advert should not be converting or might not be converting. Sorry. So why your advert might not be converting, we'll look into it tomorrow. So let's call this a day here. So by tomorrow we look into all those things, and after that we are also going to look at how we can make 100k weekly. So I think tomorrow should be our last class. So tomorrow will be our last class. Okay, so tomorrow we'll cover these three things and how to make 100,000 weekly using Facebook ads. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow by 8 o'clock as our usual time, and I'm glad that you people joined this class today. So let's see tomorrow, and if you have any question, please drop it in the comment section of our group. The group is already open, so drop it inside the group so that we can discuss about it there. So thank you guys for joining, and see you guys tomorrow.